We have been asked to do a presentation on alternative assessments for online learning this morning. However, we decided the name should actually be changed. Instead, it should be alternative assessments for all learning because there's no reason that this has to be used for our online students. In fact, why shouldn't we be using it for all of our students? So, first, you need to know we love learning because we get some fun new ideas, and that makes us happy. It also lets us try new things, which you may be thinking, how is that even something you want to do during a pandemic? However, those new things that we try excite us, and again, that makes us happy. And sharing what we learn is like storytelling on steroids. Wouldn't it be awesome to give students that same sense of excitement? When we offer alternate assessments, that excitement is what we are able to give the students. So, our objective today is to play a little this or that, or to give you maybe some testing options that you're currently using and some alternate ideas that could be a little bit more creative and lead to some higher level thinking. Let's start with the standard multiple choice paper and pencil test. Instead of doing that, why not create a Flipgrid where your questions are the topics and your students can explain their answers to you via video message? Or there's the comprehension exam. You read a novel, you ask questions. Maybe instead of doing that, you could use Keynote or Pages and have students complete a learning journal with different activities. This could be everything from finding text evidence and Venn diagrams, like you see in the example, to video responses, audio responses, writing, drawing. Really, you have so many choices. A lot of us are using Google Forms, which is good and it's really convenient because it grades for you. However, we don't always know what the students are thinking and their thought process behind their multiple guess responses. So think about maybe using a keynote where they can show you their work with written options, or if they're struggling writers, have them give you an audio recording to explain their thinking right on their keynote slide. Ah, the good old written essay. So, written essays are necessary, absolutely, and the writing process can be long. Why not have the students get really excited about it and show you their thinking by having them create an animated story that goes with their writing? And they can even post it online by creating something like Storyline Online does with the page flips and the voices and all of that. Here's an example.
Wants to be filled with water by Ava. I was walking through the forest trying to find a new home because, well, I was ready to live on my own. Then there it was, a deep dark cave. I saw a few of other animals.
You can tell she was excited about that story. Let's flip gears to math, geometry test, doing measurement in particular. We could get out the protractors, the rulers, the measuring tapes, or why not consider using Google Earth's measuring tool? For example, they could compare the distances of different baseball stadiums and submit their screenshots in Google Classroom. Coming back to reading, there's tons of different reading assessments that we can give. But when we're talking about stuff like figurative language or tone of a novel, Maybe consider using GarageBand to have the students develop a song that communicates the message, the joy, the sadness, or whatever it is that you're trying to teach them in that particular story. Essentially, alternative assessments comes down to creating something. We have some apps here that we recommend you take a look at or explore. Obviously, it's a lot, and we don't expect you to become experts in all of these. I don't know anybody that is, except, except maybe Rich Booth. But maybe pick one that you're semi familiar with, one that you can get more comfortable with, more confident with, and turn one of your regular assessments into something a little bit more creative. At the end of the day, what we'd like to encourage you is to create and use assessments that are non Googleable. Yes, it's a word. In other words, we don't want them to be able to search the internet and find the answer to it. Although that's using their resources, it is certainly not letting them demonstrate what they've learned, nor does it really prove that we've been effective teaching. So we want something that is going to challenge our students to use higher level critical thinking and to really show us what they know.